Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is currently 5:26 p.m. on this beautiful Thursday evening. Let's see what the temperature is. It has been so beautiful all day today. Can hardly even believe it. My neighbor across the street told me that we're gonna have some rain tonight because I said, should I water my hostas? And she said, well, we're supposed to have some rain tonight, so you don't probably need to water your hostas. Thunderstorms possible after 11 p.m. It is 78 degrees right now and full sunshine. It has been beautiful all day today. And I have been inside and outside and taking little Boo Radley outside. He ran around for like 20 minutes outside today, half an hour. He was having so much fun, running around, sniffing the air and stuff like that. Today did not go as expected. Do you ever have those days that just do not go the way that you think they're gonna go at all? Today didn't go how I thought it was gonna go at all. So I stayed up super late last night and went to bed. I actually fell asleep rather quickly last night, and so I fell asleep and then I woke up. I got up a little bit early today, and not early, but early for me. I had a therapy appointment at 2 o'clock, so I got up because I wanted to film. I wasn't like really sure what I was going to film today. I thought I might just film my Peter Does Stuff video because I was going to do my health journey update, and then I thought I might just vlog. So I got up a little bit earlier than I thought I was going to get up because Boo Radley was wanting to go outside and stuff, and that's when I took him outside. Then I got some coffee, did my prayers and meditations and all that kind of stuff. And I had like an hour and a half before my therapy session. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll try to film some videos before this. And so I filmed my, I was actually going to be like, I was going to trim my beard. I was like, you know what? I'm not really in the mood to do all that today. I'll do that tomorrow. So I filmed, what videos did I get done before? I got the TV video done. Which actually I went in, it's so funny because I went into the TV video planning on doing a video about Vanderpump Rules and Lisa Vanderpump and her investment in Vanderpump Rules. And like, as I started the video and I started talking, I like changed what the video was gonna be about. Just kind of more announcing like the changes that are gonna happen over there and stuff. And then I filmed a Peterisms video, which was something that I had listed in my phone about cynicism and things like that. And then I filmed the, what do you call it? I filmed, well, I can't remember what order I filmed them in, but I think I filmed at some point I filmed the Peter Does Stuff video, the weight loss video. I think I might have filmed that one first. I don't remember. But my therapist texted me and told me that he was running like 10 to 15 minutes late. And then thought it could even be like later than that. And so I didn't want to put him behind. I felt bad because like then he would be 10 to 15 minutes late for the next appointment. We're working on the trauma narrative, but like last week when we met, he was like, do you want to go to every other week? Do you want to keep it up every week? And I said, what do you think? And he said, it's totally up to you. He said, I think, that, you're doing well. We could go to every other week if you want to. And I said, or do you think we should keep on doing every week until the trauma narrative's done? And he said, look, we can do that. And so we booked it for this week. And, so we were just going to work on the trauma narrative today. He thinks we're going to probably finish it in this session or the next session. And so I texted him and I said, like, do you want to do it today? And I didn't want to do like a shorter, I felt bad about him running late. And I didn't want to do like because he was late because the people showed up late. And I didn't want to do like a shorter session. And I also didn't want him to keep on running late all day long because I knew he was going to be there till like 7 or 8 anyway. And so I was like, we can just move it to next week if you want to. And he was like, that would probably work best for me. And so we just moved it to next week. So I didn't end up having therapy today. And so it was nice because I would like film a video and then I would drink some coffee and take a break. And then I'd like film another video, drink some coffee, take a break, talk to my neighbor, film another video. And it was nice. And so right now, filming this vlog, I have up videos on every other channel except for this channel. I have a drama channel video. It's a shorter drama video today, 33 minutes. It's shorter for me. I have a drama video up, which was something that I had like already kind of like outlined what I wanted to talk about in my phone. I have a list of like videos for every single channel, well obviously except for this one, of like topics on all of my channels that I want to talk about. So I just went in there and I picked one. So I drama channel video that I made, Peterisms, Peter Does Stuff, I wasn't going to film the review, and then I was like, well, Alex isn't home yet, so I'll film the review. So I just filmed the review and uploaded it, and for some reason, our Wi-Fi is working very quick today, and so it took me like 10 minutes to upload the review video, and I just posted it, and I posted the drama video, and so, yeah, videos, a BookTube channel. I announced the books for May for a True Crime Book Club and Peter's Book Club, so that announcement's over, and I also talked about my anniversary coming up on BookTube, which seems surreal to me that I'm coming up on 8 years of consistently posting on BookTube, or when I started my BookTube channel. So I made all those videos, and it was nice. I was like, well, we can take a break do the trauma narrative next week, and I want to get it done and all that kind of stuff. When we get it done, I'm going to do this huge inventory with my sponsor, so I'm kind of just like waiting for that. But I was like, you know what? I didn't know if, like, when I got done with therapy, sometimes when I'm done, I either feel, like, real inspired and motivated, or I'm, like, real in my head. If you, in therapy, you'll know what I'm talking about. And we're getting to, the final part of the trauma narrative, and so I thought, I knew the questions we were going to be going over today, and so, it's a lot about, okay, so what does life look like now? What's it going to look like going forward? And that's where I've kind of been stuck for like the last 6 months, to 2 years. So I've talked about being really stuck in that space. So I knew that was going to be like a harder session. And so I was like, I don't know that I'm going to want to film videos afterwards. So I had so much fun filming videos today, and I was very relaxed doing it. Sometimes I won't start filming till later in the day, and I like to be done with everything except for my vlog by the time that Alex gets home, because he likes to relax and rest a little bit, look at TikToks and stuff like that anyway, and change into his sweats or pajamas or whatever. And so if I'm vlogging out here and he's upstairs for an hour, like, that's totally fine. But then I don't like to go to uploading, like, if I'm watching a show and I run over to the computer and I post a video, that's one thing. But to I don't want to be filming till like 8, 9 o'clock at night when he's upstairs. And I did that back in the day. I try not to do that anymore. I try to have like most everything done except for the vlog by the time he comes home. So, yeah, it's been really, I had fun filming the videos today. I was really relaxed. I talked to a couple people on the phone. It's just been a really nice day. The weather's beautiful. I think tomorrow, this is going to be Alex texting me that he's on his way home. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, no, he said that he, okay, hold on a second. Okay, so Alex was supposed to go out tonight with, like all the staff, the people that he works with at this one office, but somebody at another office within where he works, their dad died, so they had to all go to the viewing tonight for that. And so he just got done with, oh, he just texted me again. And so he said that he was going to go up the street with his one really, really good friend from work, who is married to the guy that I went to high school with. He is going with her to Verde to have a margarita. So he was like, I'm going to bring some food home. Do you want anything? And I was like, no, babe, I'm good. So, which is so funny because I just talked about that in my weight loss video. Because we had this conversation. I said, you don't need to ask me if I want anything anymore. And he was like, are you sure? Because he feels bad. Because, I'm trying to, like, eat healthier and make better choices and stuff like that. But he's like, if I don't bring anything home, or if I don't ask if you want anything, I feel bad. Like, I just didn't ask at all. And so, because, like, that's been, like, a point, like, since I'm not driving, like, if he goes to the grocery store or the store, like, he'll always, like, on his way home, he'll be like, do you need anything? Do you need me to stop at the gas station or the grocery store or whatever? And so if he's stopping at, like, Chipotle or somewhere he's ordering food, he always asks me, like, do you want something? And I'm like, you don't have to ask me anymore. Like, I'll take care of myself and you take care of yourself. So it's kind of cute that he asked that, because we just had that conversation a couple nights ago. So, but anyway, I love Verde. So Verde is this Mexican restaurant right up the street. It's like in this Ironworks place, which is the hotel that you can tell, like, I've been talking all day. I'm pumped today. I know my friend Valerie's gonna text me and she's gonna be like, oh my god, you were talking so fast in your vlog today. So, hey Valerie, how are you? I can tell that I'm talking fast. I'm like in such a great mood today. I'm in such a great mood. So anyway, so Verde is up the street, and it's where Ruth Chris Steakhouse is, and then also Rise, which is this brunch place that Caroline and I love. Alex and I love it too. And then Blue Sushi, Blue Sushi has like 10 vegan sushi rolls. I love it. It's like, if I'm hungry for sushi, that's where we go. It's like my favorite sushi place. And then they have the Ironworks It's okay. Bottle Works is downtown. Ironworks. Bottle Works is the old Coca-Cola factory. Ironworks is up. It's where Alex got the hotel room that one Valentine's Day a couple years ago. I'll always remember that. It was such a great Valentine's Day because we stayed in the hotel, and then we walked over and had Valentine's Day dinner at Ruth Chris with Melissa and Jason. And then Alex had to go to work the next day. And so I stayed up with my iPad and my AirPods in. Do you guys remember me talking about this? This is such like, it's these small memories and moments that like last forever for me. And I remember because it had these huge windows, because it's like this old warehouse. And it had these huge windows that looked out over the street. I think I even filmed it. I think I filmed myself like leaving that hotel in the vlog or something. But I had like Dr. Pepper and like candy and all this kind of stuff. And he fell asleep in bed, and I watched the documentary Hell in the Heartland, which I think is still on HBO Max, that was about the Jax Miller book that we had read for True Crime Book Club. And I was so scared watching that, and I was like coasted up in bed, like it was snowing outside and all the snow was coming down. That was a fun Valentine's Day. So anyway, that's where Verde is. There's a couple different Verdes, but that's the one that he's at. So it's right up the street from us. So he'll be home in a little bit, and then, yeah, and then I don't know what we're going to do tonight. Tomorrow, Boo Radley has a vet appointment, so got to get a stool sample tonight. That's always fun. So Boo Radley has a vet appointment tomorrow, and then Alex is actually having dinner tomorrow night with a girlfriend of his that he hasn't seen in, like, months. They were supposed to do it, you guys probably remember me talking about this, they were supposed to do it a couple weeks ago, and then at the last minute it didn't like happen, and so they rescheduled it, so they're having dinner tomorrow night. And then Saturday night, we're going out to dinner with a bunch of couples, and that'll be really fun. And then Saturday, he is going to go visit his mom, and depending on whether or not I film videos or not, I'm going to go over there too. It just kind of depends on how I feel on Saturday. Like if I feel like filming videos, he's going to go over there for like an hour or two and just kind of hang out with her. He hasn't seen his mom in a minute, so I might just let them go over there. And I can remember with my like past two exes, like when they would come with me a lot to visit my mom, sometimes my mom would say, I just love to spend like time with you alone, and so I like to let Alex have time alone with his mom, you know? So we'll see. And then we're going to see them, I think, next week, like his aunt and his grandma and aunt and uncle and cousin and grandma and stuff like that. So I'll see his mom then too. So yeah, just gonna be kind of a relaxing weekend, kind of nice. But last night, what did we watch? I feel like we didn't watch anything. Oh, we watched Vanderpump Rules last night. We watched Vanderpump Rules last night. Oh, he called me too. He called me 12 minutes ago. He must have called me right after I started vlogging. So we watched Vanderpump Rules last night, and then afterwards we started watching Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and it was Kristen Doty from The Valley, used to be on Vanderpump Rules, and Tom Schwartz from Vanderpump Rules. And it was good, and we got like halfway through it, and then like our recording messed up, and Alex couldn't find it on demand, so we just stopped watching it. And then he was like, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm really tired. So he went upstairs, and I was gonna tell you guys that people keep on sending this to me. This is so funny. I've had so many people send this to me. This article that just came out, Andy Cohen negotiating departure package with Bravo amid mounting accusations, says sources. So apparently maybe Andy Cohen is leaving Bravo. I don't know much about that. I'll have to read into it later. But so I tried to lay down last night and take a nap. Alex was taking a shower. Boo Radley kept on going in and out of the, like, Alex didn't have the bathroom door closed. He just had it like propped closed, and so Boo Radley would walk in there and open it. And then Alex was playing music, and so then Boo Radley would walk back out and get back on the bed, and he was up and down and up and down, up and down. If we come upstairs early, it's kind of like downstairs he does his laps, but upstairs he jumps up and down off the bed. I mean, even when Alex got out of the shower and got into bed and stuff like that, he was like up and down and up and down off the bed. And so I was like laying there, and so finally I got up, I took him outside. He did absolutely nothing outside. He just wanted treats. So I got him treats, got him settled in bed, and finally he laid down. So I think I like slept for like a half an hour. So I got up and I watched what did I do first? Oh, I talked on the phone for a long time last night. And then I read a little bit of that graphic novel, that Check Please, about the hockey guy. I really like that graphic novel. It's really good. Yeah, I really, really like it. If you like graphic novels, I think you would like it. So I read a bunch of that last night, talked on the phone, and then I watched like two or three episodes of The Walking Dead, because it was late when I started the next thing. Oh, so this is one of the things I did. So I went through Tubi last night. I'm so excited. I don't know why. I am so excited about this movie club that I have. Hold on a second. Let me... Video idea list. Let me delete this whole thing about this thing that I made on my drama channel today. I gotta delete all this. So I am so excited about picking a movie every week of movies that I like used to like when I was like growing up, like in high school or in college, or you know, my younger years. Movies that like formed me into who I am today, kind of. And so I like looked through Tubi last night. I looked through thrillers, drama, and comedy, and a couple of horror movies too that came up that I think I'm gonna save for like Halloween or October. And so I looked through all of them and I added like 10 movies to my list. It's so funny, like a lot of the movies that came up, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie, but I don't know that I would want to watch that for like the movie club. Like I'm not like, it didn't impact me. I'm trying to think of one of the movies that was like that. A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore. Like I liked A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore, but I don't know that it really impacted me. I remember watching it with my ex, and I liked the soundtrack and stuff like that. I watched it a couple times, but it wasn't a movie that like I want to revisit in the movie club. So I added all these movies to it. Oh my god, I came up with so many good movies. This movie that I've talked about over here, that was like one of my friends and I's, our favorite movies in high school. Not the graduation one, but a different one. It's a thriller. It's on there. I could not believe it. And then, I mean, oh my god, there's so many movies on here that I found last night. How many did I find last night? Let me look and see. I added last night... Oh my god, I added more than I thought I did. I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. I added 28 movies. I have so many movies. So I have, okay, wait. How many do I have now? Let me go back to that. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. 58. Minus Night of the Comet, Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael. So that's 56. So that's over a year of movies I have. I don't need to add any more movies to that list. But I had such a fun time coming up with all those movies. So I'll be announcing the movie tomorrow. I honestly don't know which movie I'm going to pick for this week. I know there's only like probably like 5 or 10 people that are watching the movies along with me, and I don't really care. I am just having so much fun revisiting these old movies, and I'm not going to watch the movies until it's like the week that I pick it. Like I'm saving them on this list. Here's the list right here. And I'm so excited, but I don't know which movie I want to pick. I've been very happy with my picks so far, that I've picked Night of the Comet, Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael. I had a movie that I thought I was going to pick for next week. I was actually talking on the phone about it last night, and the person I was talking to was like, oh my god, that movie is so sad. And I was like, is it? Like, but don't tell me what it's sad about. Because I can remember, like, somebody dies, but I don't remember, like, everything about it. And I was like, but I feel like it's kind of more of a summer movie. I'm trying to, like, pick movies that are, like, okay, if they're more, like, summer movies, keep them for summer. Like, there's one movie that I want to, like, that was on there that I want to save it for Christmas. But the other thing is that a lot of the movies on Tubi, they go away after a while. Like, they take them off. And, like, they'll have, like, leaving, the whole section called Leaving Soon. So, I don't want to, like, pick a movie and then 6 months later it's gone. But they'll add more movies, so it's whatever. And I have 56 movies to pick from. So, I have so many fun movies. And I almost want to kind of pick, like, 2 movies a week, because one seems like... It's like I watch Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael, and now I'm just waiting. So anyway, as I was looking through this last night, I saw a lot of movies that I was like, oh, that looks good, I want to see it. But I mean, I'm not going to add it to the list because the list is supposed to be movies that like had some profound impact on me, either in a funny way or a cultural way or a style way or a thinking way or belief system way or something. Like they had some kind of effect on me, right? Or just a memory way, just, you know? Like, I already know the movie that I'm picking for the week of my birthday. And, so anyway, and they actually have TV shows on there, too. They have, like, the 11th season of Shameless, I saw on there. They have all kinds of, they have, like, Heart to Heart. I love that show from back in the day. They have that on there. They have tons of TV shows on there. So, and it's a free streaming service. And it's going international. I don't know. I should look it up. When is Tubi going international? Because because so many people have asked me that. When is Tubi, hold on a second. Tubi, I've had my reading glasses on all day today. Coming to the UK. Let's see this. Oh, it says April 2024. Oh, wait, maybe not. Okay, Tubi is available. Free and legal streaming service is currently available to viewers in the US, Australia, Mexico, and Canada. Will Tubi come to Europe? I just saw some article about, oh, it's returning to the UK. 5 years after it promised it'd be back, Tubi, the popular free streaming service, is finally returning to the UK. Or at least advancing its plans to do so with a new hire and a new announcement. It doesn't say when. Tubi, launched in 2014, has grown to become one of the largest ad-supported streaming services in the U.S. Does it say on here when it's coming? It doesn't say. But I know it's coming soon. Unlike subscription-based services like Netflix or Apple TV, Tubi's AVOD model removes the financial barrier for viewers, offering an alternative for those unwilling or unable to pay for streaming services, which is why I pick it. And it actually has a lot of things that are on Netflix and Disney and other shows, like channels like that. It doesn't say when it's coming back. Oh, maybe in the next 6 months? It's entering a crowded market. Okay. I think it's like in the next 6 months or something. Tubi did not supply more concrete dates for its upcoming UK expansion, but we'll keep you updated once we know more. So anyway, all these people commented on it. Can't wait to see it. Well, not always people, 3 people, I guess. But anyway, I'm really excited about that. So last night, as I was looking through the movies, there's like a lot of like shark movies. Like there's a lot of like really bad like B movies on there that like, but I love those kind of movies, those cheesy movies. They have like like a whole section is called cult classics, which I actually film noir. I actually picked a lot of the movies for the movie club off of those, and so I was looking through those last night. And I saw the Left Behind movies. Okay, so I think I've talked about this on here, but there was a period of my life, I don't remember, it was when I was working in treatment. I don't remember who introduced me to them, but I was like obsessed with those Left Behind books. I was telling my neighbor about it today. I was kind of surprised she had never heard of them before because she reads a lot. Do you guys know the Left Behind books? They're by like somebody Jenkins, and it doesn't matter, you guys can look them up. But the Left Behind books are basically like what would happen if the rapture happened today. And it follows this guy who is a pilot and his daughter, and then his son and wife they go away with the rapture. So what happens in the book is that I feel like it's right at the beginning of the book, if I remember correctly. I read like 5 or 6 of them. There's like 10 or 11 of them, and I read the majority of them. What happens throughout the book, though, the books, in the first one, it's not so much like, in the first 3, it's not so much like this. It's really about like, really like what would happen if the rapture happened today, and would somebody like try to take over, and the things that it says in Revelations coming true and happening in the world today and stuff like that, and people trying to come to power and things like that. And there's a lot of it's like, so it follows. It's like an adventure, like a religious adventure series. But they're so well written, and like the first one really like pulls you in, right? And so I remember reading it. But what happens the more you get into them is that they have a lot of like religious biblical script to them, where like there's this one guy, I can't remember his name. I mean, I read these like 20 years ago whenever they first came out. And not that that bothers me, but it was like pages of it. Like this guy is like going over like old biblical documents, and it's literally like pages upon pages, and so it becomes very like textbook. And so then the adventure is kind of like in between. It's not as interesting to read. But the first one I remember, I really got like hooked on it, and it's about all these people and like how they kind of like come together and whatever. So I saw that there were two versions of the first one. There was Left Behind with Nicolas Cage and Leanne Thompson, who was in Back to the Future, and that, what's his, Chad Murray Michael, that was in some TV show. I can't remember what that TV show was called. But anyway, that was one version. And then there was the one with Kirk Cameron. And I knew Kirk Cameron had done those because I can like remember like seeing some article or some interview about it when Kirk Cameron had done the Left Behind series. And the one that he does, which I'm going to watch next, the one that he does, there's actually like several, it's like a series. There's like, I think like 5 or 6 movies. I should probably look, well, I'll look at it later. Oh, UPS truck, am I getting something? I don't think I'm getting anything. I can't remember anything that I've ordered. There are like 5 or 6 in the series. And so I want to like watch them and see like what I remember reading and stuff like that. Plus they're really interesting stories. So I watched one with Nicolas Cage last night because I was like, I don't really remember ever watching this with Nicolas Cage. I mean, they are definitely religious propaganda books, but Christian propaganda books. So I watched this one with Nicolas Cage last night. It's so bad, you guys. It is so bad, but like I couldn't stop watching it. I was so like intrigued. But it doesn't really follow the book because what I remember, it follows like the first 100 pages of the book. I remember him like, he's a pilot, and I remember like planes were falling out of the sky and stuff like that, because what would happen was like with the rapture, like people just disappeared and like went to heaven immediately. All the kids were gone. I don't remember in the book like all the kids being gone, but like maybe I remember there being a discussion about kids, so I think maybe all the kids were gone right at the beginning. And so anyway, my neighbor just got home and she's like singing. She sings all the time. I love it. It reminds me of the movie Rear Window, when you can hear people, when he can hear people singing like behind him, and like in the apartment, you know, building behind him. And she goes, I love that movie Rear Window so much. But anyway, the Nicolas Cage movie doesn't follow. It kind of reminds me, there's a lot that happens on the plane with him trying to land this plane. I don't remember it being like that in the book, but I could be completely wrong. It could be exactly like that, and I just don't remember it. Maybe it's the second one that goes into more of like, I remember them, and I remember it taking place like in Chicago, and this one takes place in New York, but I could be wrong about that too. The thing about this one with Nicolas Cage, I kind of faintly remember this, but the books are more about the discussion between like, maybe you're a good person, but you just don't have really strong faith. And a lot of people don't understand why they weren't taken in the rapture, because they had, like, they believed. But then it's the question of like, but did you really? The Nicolas Cage movie, and I'll have to watch a Kirk Cameron one to see, really paints a picture that the people that were left behind are really not good people. Like, Nicolas Cage is having an affair. The daughter is challenging her mom on all these religious beliefs. The people on the plane, it's like every person on the plane, there's a reason why, like, somebody's screwing their company and trying to like sell it for more than it's worth. I mean, it's like they paint this very negative picture that that's why these people weren't taking the rapture, because they're not good people. I don't remember the book being that way. I don't remember the book being like, you're not a good person, that's why you weren't taken in the rapture. I remember it being a question of really what is strong faith, like the difference between like just believing and faith, which is what I talked about with the wheelbarrow analogy. That's what I remember the books being about. I don't remember it being like bad people versus good people. I don't remember it. I mean, I remember later in the book people like coming to power and trying to be powerful and stuff like that. And I remember like further things, you know, happening as Revelations, the book of Revelations happened, but I don't remember it being like that. But don't ruin it for me in the comment sections, because I'm going to watch the Kirk Cameron series, how many ever there are out of those. But I like those books. I can remember the reason why I stopped reading it, because it was almost like unreadable, because it was literally like 2/3 of the book was all like biblical text. It just like you couldn't even read it anymore. It was just like you were reading like a lesson plan. It wasn't even like reading a book. If you've read them, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was very much just like all text and stuff. So I was watching those, and then I went to bed, and as I was going to bed, Alex had gotten up early because he had to go into work early because he was leaving for his viewing early today. And so I was talking to him, and Boo Radley was being so sweet. And I always like say to Boo, the camera stopped. I always say to Alex in the morning, I'm like, look, or at night, you know, even like, look at how sweet and gentle Boo Radley is. And Alex always goes, the sweetest, the gentlest. It's kind of like our little thing we say back and forth. So I was telling Alex about watching the Left Behind movie because he was getting up and he was like looking through his phone. He was like, And so I was telling him about it, and I was like, you know, the rapture from the book of Revelations and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I don't know that much about it. He's like, I know what you're talking about, like obviously from, you know, growing up Catholic and whatever. He was like, but I don't know that much about it. And I was telling him like the different things that happens in Revelations and whatever. And I'm not like highly educated on it, but I remember from like Sunday school and my mom and whatever talking about the book of Revelations and whatever. And so it was so funny because I could remember in the show there's a part where the daughter walks by and there was this dog barking, and like everybody, it's very Night of the Comet. Actually, there was a movie I found and it was called Total Eclipse, and it was about this space station at the time of Total Eclipse. I was like, oh my god, that would have been the perfect movie to pick, but I've never seen it before for the coming up on the eclipse. But anyway, so I was like, I brought my phone out here because I was like, well, maybe I'll answer some questions and respond to people in the vlog comments today, which I might still do. I was like, I don't really have a lot to talk about today, and here I am at the 30-minute mark already talking about the Left Behind series. Didn't expect that. So there was this. So when the people disappear from the rapture, like in the blink of an eye, which is what the pastor says in the show, or the preacher, he's like God says, like in the blink of an eye. They just like literally they're gone, and their clothes are just left and everything, like, you know, their backpacks or whatever. Like her brother, she's hugging her brother at the time that he disappears, and they're in the middle of this mall and his clothes just all like fall to the ground. And which is so weird to me that like they're all like looking for these people, and it's like their clothes are literally right there. Like, do you think they just like in 2 seconds, like, how did you, like, you were hugging them, and then their clothes are on the ground, and then she's checking hospitals, and it's like, why would you be checking a hospital? Like, you think your brother, like, ran out of this mall with no clothes on and, like, went to the hospital? Like, it doesn't even make sense. But and all these people are like, well, of course they don't know what's happening, right? And so, but anyway, I mean, it's kind of funny. And I mean, it's not the most highly made movie in the entire world. I mean, it's not great. Let's just put it that way. But it was interesting to watch. It's fun to watch. And first of all, I know that this is completely different, and I don't mean any sacrilege to this whatsoever, but I love any kind of end of the world movie. Like, I love it. Like, there's tons of Tubi. I mean, there's literally movies called The End of the World and stuff like that I'm going to go back and watch. So anyway, I was telling Alex about this because there was this part where, so it's very much like Night of the Comet, where they all turn to dust and their clothes are just on the ground. If you watch Night of the Comet, you'll know what I'm talking about. They vanish, and like their bodies turn to dust and their clothes are just left. Well, the people don't turn to dust. They're gone. They're in heaven, right? But their clothes are just left. And so as she's like walking down the street trying to go home, she sees all these just like piles of clothes on the ground. Well, there's this one, and like sometimes they even stage them. Like, it'll be like they just like left, and like their pants fell and then their shirt fell. So it looks like somebody was like laying on the ground. Well, she passes this dog that has this leash on him, and he's like barking, he or she. The dog's like barking, and I don't know why that matters, he or she, but whenever people like say the wrong gender of a dog, it always drives me crazy. So anyway, and I've done it too. We all have done it. So anyway, so the dog is barking, and he's got a leash, you know, on him or her or whatever, and now that's gonna be the one thing I think about. So anyway, and then there's like this clothes of this guy like laid out, or like was obviously walking the dog, and then just is gone, the dog's barking. And so I said to Alex last night, I said, you know, the interesting thing is like God takes all the children, but God doesn't take the dogs. Why do you think God didn't take the dogs? It's not like the dogs were like, didn't have faith, or, you know, and then I was like, well, maybe God left the dogs so that there was somebody to love the sinners that didn't have any strong faith or didn't have any belief, you know, in a Christian God or whatever. Because they make it very clear in the movie that it's a Christian God. Because there's a Muslim guy on the plane, and he's not taken, but he's very of strong faith. And so, and they make that very, very clear in the movie that it has to be you have to believe in a Christian God. They make that very, very clear, which I think is interesting that they made that clear in the movie. I think it's interesting that Nicolas Cage and Lea Thompson signed up for this movie. I don't think of, like, when I think of, like, Kirk Cameron, I think we know that he's, like, very strong in his religiosity. But I don't necessarily think that way about Nicolas Cage. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I thought it was a bizarre movie for them to make. But anyway, so then I'm, like, in bed and I'm talking to Alex, and this is me just, like, rambling. You guys, like, this is literally, like, he gets a live version of the vlog, you know? And I'm like, so God made me, like, why would God take the kids, but he would leave, like, the innocent dogs behind? Well, maybe he left the dogs so the dogs and the cats could take care of the people that were sinners that were left behind that weren't believers. And I'm like, but if God were going to take the dogs and the cats, wouldn't God take all the animals? Like, why should some animals suffer and others shouldn't? And then I'll be having this whole conversation, like, out loud as I'm like, oh, and I, like, fall asleep. But that's been bothering me all day today. Like, why would God take the kids but not the dogs and the cats and the ferrets and the fish and stuff like that? You know? And then I was like, well, if God did that, then he would force the people on earth to be vegetarians, and that's not in Revelations, we know, right? Like, but I mean, I think Boo Radley's pretty innocent and gentle. Like, it's not like he's, like, intentionally, you know, not being, like, a dog of faith. I don't know, it's interesting when you think about it from that way, but the mind reels, right? So I only made it, I think I have like 33 minutes left. I know I have 33 minutes left. Actually, this will be so funny. I should look in here. I don't know. I looked at the very end as I stopped it, and I was like, how much time do I have left? And I was like, I have 33 minutes left. So I know it's going to be 33 minutes in some seconds. Let's look on here. Since you guys, I know there are some of you that laugh out there that I, like, know so much about time. Let's look on here. Okay, Left Behind. Look at this. True story. You can't probably see, but it says 33. I can't pull it up, but here it is, Left Behind. I got exactly 33 minutes left. That is hilarious. So yeah, and then let's see how many Left Behind movies there are with Kirk Cameron. Left Behind. The thing is, I don't know what order they go in, so I'd have to, like, well, there's Left Behind just with Kirk Cameron. I put Left Behind. Okay, Left Behind the movie is the one that I'm watching. Oh, here it is. So there's Left Behind the movie with Kirk Cameron. And then there's Left Behind. Hold on a second. What is going on? Why won't this go down? Then there's Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist, Left Behind, World at War, Left Behind, Tribulation Forced, Source. Mark, is this one of them? No. That's not it. The Man Left Behind, What We Left Behind, The Apocalypse, the End of, what's the End of Days? Global Catastrophe. 2 years into living without power after an electromagnetic radiation attack, a group of Christian survivalists must stop a demon insurrection. Oh my lord. Okay. I might just start doing reviews of some of these. The Garden Left Behind. In New York City, an undocumented trans woman dancing in a bar for a living begins a steamy affair with a much older family man yearning for escape. Oh my lord, some of these movies. The Flock. Oh my god, did you guys watch that documentary, that series I watched called The Garden? Cult or Commune? So, that guy with the long hair that I thought was real good looking on there, do you guys know what I'm talking about? His wife ends up coming on there. So, they've had a baby, and he's on a commercial. I actually, I screenshot it. What was the commercial? I have to look in here. Hold on a second. Garden Series, Pennsylvania? Where is it at? No. Because I wanted to tell Caroline about it. I can't find it. I think I deleted it. But the guy from the Garden Commune is on a commercial. Has anybody else seen it? I was watching this commercial and I was like, oh my god, that's the guy from the Garden Commune or Cult. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Do you know the temperature's supposed to fall the next couple days?
Oh, really? That's good.
78 right now. If you're going to say something real serious, let me know and I'll turn off the camera. Is this HOA drama?
No.
Okay. Let me turn off the...
joke,
Let me turn off the camera real quick. Okay, I'm back. So I talked to my neighbor for like a half an hour. So funny, she was telling me about she's going down the street with her dog. She's telling me about training her dog. Her dog, when she got her, was so little. She's like this big. She's black and white. She has spots all over and stuff. And she's like, you can tell she's pit. Because at first she didn't know like what she was. And she's like, you can tell she's pit bull in the face now. I was like, oh yeah, she's beautiful. I mean, she's like a beautiful pit bull mix. She's mixed with something that you can't really tell, but she is so good. She was telling me about getting her like involved in all these different like classes and programs and stuff like that. But we were catching up. We hadn't talked in a while, and so she sat down here with the dog and was given. She had this like fanny pack with dog treats in it. She gave her dog treats, and so we were just catching up and talking about how things were going and whatever. And we both like to read, and so we're talking about books. And she asked me a bunch of life questions about stuff and experience, and she was sharing stuff with me. It was fun. Oh God, we were talking about, because she and I both love the pool coming open, and she was like, I'm so ready for the pool to open. She was like, but I don't want it to be, oh, here's the neighbors that I love that are a little bit, that one that she used to always wear the long skirt, and she always wears pants now, but she has the sun hat on, even though it's like, what time is it now? It's 6:28, even though it's like 6:30 and the sun's going down. She's got the big sun hat on. But we both love the pool so much and spend so much time. She spends a lot of time up there. She goes up there with her mom and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I don't want it to get super hot yet. She's like, because then it means that the summer's going to be really hot. And I go, and she's like, you know, whatever. And I said, yeah, but I don't go anywhere. Like, so it's nice for me because I can sit on the front porch. She's like, oh, I totally get it. And so she was telling me, she's like, if you ever, you know, like need me to take you somewhere and whatever. I was like, thank you. And she's like, well, I've mentioned it to you before. Do you never ask? I feel weird asking. I don't feel weird. I just don't like to be a burden to people. So unless I really have somewhere to go, I try to like save those asks for my neighbors, unless like I really need to go to the grocery store or something, you know. And I'm so well planned now with either like, you know, like Instacarting things or getting things from Amazon, or when I go to the grocery store, like with Caroline or Alex, I really try to plan out like the week ahead and make sure that like I always have like tons of coffee, you know, obviously because I do the hauls of the coffee things, but like the iced coffee, I like tons of that, and I make sure that I get surplus so that it like lasts me, so I don't run out of stuff. So yeah, I just still on. But anyway, so it was really nice. We caught up and it was really fun. And that's what I love about like spring and summer in this neighborhood. It's just, I mean, she just came out here and like sat down with her dog, just sat down on like the sidewalk, you know, leading up to our front porch. And we just talked for a bunch. It was really nice. That's what I miss about the pool, like seeing everybody and then be like, okay, see you tomorrow. It's so weird to think that my neighbor on the corner, like, and she said goodbye to the pool too. I'll never forget that. She was like, goodbye pool. And I was like, oh my God. My dad used to teach me to say goodbye to, you know, hotel rooms and stuff. And I still have to say goodbye to things, you know, closings of things. And it seems like that was, God, it just feels like it was forever ago. And now the pool's getting ready to open. I mean, if the pool opens as early, oh my God, it's the 18th. I think the pool opened on the 18th last year. Didn't I look that up somehow and to see when the pool opened? I feel like it opened on the 18th last year. So if it opens on the 18th this year, we are exactly, well, let's see how, we're exactly a month away from the pool opening. Now, it doesn't mean that it'll be warm to get in the pool, but it means the pool's opening. I can go up there and put my feet in it and things like that. We are 42 days away and 5 hours and 29 minutes and 16 seconds from the pool opening. So, how long ago did Alex text me? Oh, almost an hour ago. Have I been... Well, we talked forever, because I think I had vlogged for like 35 minutes or something like that when I stopped. So I'll just vlog for a little bit longer. But, so yeah, I'm really excited about the pool opening, and I love being outside. It's supposed to, I just looked, because she was saying something about it being warmer, and I was like, well, it's supposed to be cold tomorrow, and it's supposed to drop, and I looked, and it's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow. Isn't that crazy? It's 78 right now. Tonight, it's supposed to be 48, thunderstorms likely, rain, well, hold on a second. Rainfall will be locally heavy at times. Potential for severe thunderstorms. Oh, great. Boo Radley will love that. And then tomorrow, interval 57 and intervals of clouds and sunshine. Oh my God. Saturday it's 53. A few clouds from time to time. Cool. High 53. Then Sunday 58. Monday 65. Tuesday 64. Wednesday 56. Thursday 59. Friday 66 and thunderstorms, rain. Overcast with rain showers at times. And then it goes up to next Saturday, 74, Sunday, 76, 75, 74, 74, 76. So I guess we're gonna end the month in the mid 70s, which would be perfect. I'm down for that. Oh wait, an ad just came on the Weather Channel. How do I get out of this? I'm like getting all kinds of ads now on the Weather Channel. So yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be good. I asked my neighbor, I think I said this already, but I asked my neighbor earlier if I should water the hostas, and she said no because we're supposed to have rain tonight. So it's good to know that we're going to get some rain tonight. It's so funny because Alex is peeling so bad from Florida, and I'm not really peeling at all. I'm peeling a little bit right down here on my legs, but I'm not really peeling at all. And he's peeling so bad. Let's go to my vlog and see. Hold on a second. Let's go in here and see on my vlog. Is this him coming home? It kind of sounds like him. I didn't look to see. No, they turned the other way. Let's see if anybody, what people had to say. Okay, somebody asked me at 31:49, did Peter say sump pump? I'm curious what he meant in regards to the basement. Is that not what it's called? Sump pump. Yeah, here it is. What does a sump pump do? Okay, why is it? A sump pump is a mechanism to remove water from the lowest point in your home, like a basement or a crawl space, along with the soil below, and forces it out into a draining space to avoid flooding, water damage, and mold growth. So we have like this hole in our basement. It's like built. It was like constructed. And in it, there's like the sump pump thing, and it pumps out water when water comes into it to keep water out of like the lowest parts of our house. A lot of places in Indiana have them. I don't know if that's like a Midwest thing or whatever. And for a while it was really dry, and I actually talked to my neighbor across the street because I was worried about it. I was like, it's been dry for so long. For years it had like halfway it was filled with water, and then it got to a certain point it would pump that water out, right? And so I was worried. It got really dry last year, and I asked my neighbor, and she said hers has been dry since she moved in, like completely bone dry. And so I asked Caroline, and Caroline said it doesn't really matter if it's dry or if it's like when it rains. So like right now ours has water in it because it's been raining a lot. So that's what a sump pump does. Okay, somebody said definitely get a dumpster for clearing out your basement when you're ready. I recently had to complete several trips to dump. Yes, I definitely want to do that. Okay, oh, somebody said, Peter, of course you're, and this is somebody that like sends me messages a lot. Well, you guys, a lot of you on here that comment regularly send me messages on Instagram. Said, Peter, of course your watch time is high over here. We are dedicated viewers. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, somebody said, hi, Peter, I get hungry at night too. If you like popcorn, maybe try that. Okay, Alex loves that Smart Pop, and he does not, is that not what it's called, Smart Pop? What are those low-calorie popcorns? He loves it. He'll stand there, he'll eat a couple, like, you know, handfuls of it, and then he's done. I'm not a popcorn lover. I have an easy air popper and enjoy fresh popcorn. My mom did that too. My favorite coffee brands are 8 O'Clock and Seattle's Best Whole Bean, as I have an inexpensive coffee grinder. I have 2 coffee grinders that I love. As for Your Dream and Spirits, I believe they visit. Aww. Hope you're having a great evening. Hope you're having a great evening too. Somebody said, hey Peter, I'm a diehard watcher to the end. Only way to be. Oh, I love that. Please tell us Tanya's weed recipe. Well, I still don't have it, because not weed like marijuana, but to kill the weeds. I'll have to ask her when I talk to her. She left for Florida yesterday, so I'll have to ask her when I talk to her next. Okay. Somebody said, I've always wondered if the speed we listen to you on affects the watch time. I almost always listen to your vlogs on 2 times speed. You know what? I have no idea about that. I literally have no idea. I don't know, I guess you could Google it, but I don't know. Should we look and see? Does speed of YouTube video... I have no idea. I have a feeling no. YouTube video affect... Alex will be coming from this way if he comes. I keep on thinking of hearing it. Affect watch time. Yes, playback speed can affect watch time on YouTube. When a viewer watches a video at a faster speed, the watch time will be shorter compared to when they watch it at a normal speed. Oh, I guess it does. I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. You learn something new every day. Watch at whatever speed you need to. I'm just happy that you guys are watching. Somebody said my first thought is when I was talking about my dream of like me talking to myself as a kid. It's just RuPaul saying, Peter, what would you tell your 4-year-old self? I love that because when they do that on the finale, I always think about that. Like, and so when I had that dream the other night, I actually did think about that the next day. When they bring out the pictures of each of the contestants. Okay, somebody said, Peter, why don't you put the black weed barrier down with the mulch on top? It will help with your weeds. I'm sure your neighbor knows what I'm saying. So, I don't know if you're talking about what looks like trash bags, because somebody put that underneath here, and I tried to get rid of it the other day. And so, I had bought some several years ago because people recommended it to me, and I said something to her about it, and I don't know what it is, and she goes, Master Gardeners don't use that. She was like, those trash. She goes, it's not trash bags. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but she was like, no, you don't use that. I was like, okay. So I was like, how do I pull it all out of there? Because there's still some that's underneath this, whatever. And she's like, well, you don't, is what you don't do. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but she thought it's a big no-no. Oh, somebody said definitely a visitation dream. That's interesting. Oh, here it is. Somebody said, I have the Smeg electric kettle and the toaster. I love them. Oh, now I'm going to want to get them. Somebody said, love hearing about the Reese's Book Club goodies and the cute kitchen appliances by Smeg. Love that aesthetic so much. Very country, home, cottage core vibes. Yes, they are, and I love them so much, but they're very expensive. Have you guys ever seen, like, the Dior toaster and coffee maker that has, like, the beautiful designs on it? But they're so expensive. We went into somebody's kitchen that does not cook whatsoever, and they have those things in there, and I was like, oh my god, and I don't cook either, but I would love to have them anyway, just in my kitchen. They're beautiful. Okay, somebody said, if the brand was Uncommon Goods, yes, that was the brand of the Reese Witherspoon stuff. That's a well-known brand. I think they have more higher-end pricey stuff. Oh, that would make sense then. I didn't know that. I'd actually... Had I heard of that brand before? I don't know, but she links a lot of that Uncommon Goods stuff. Okay, it's so funny. We were just watching Unlocked, and I got on my phone, and you posted about it on a TV channel. I don't usually watch shows like that, but my partner was watching it, and next thing I knew, I found myself sitting on the floor in front of the TV. It's interesting. I loved it. I have to tell you what's so funny about that. So, hey, how are you? Good. What's so funny about it is, my neighbor that was walking down the street, I don't know her really well, but I know her from, like, the pool. She comes up the pool sometimes. I swear she was carrying what looked to me like recovery text down the street. That's so interesting. But now I'm kind of like sidetracked. Oh, about the Unlocked show, not the show, the video. The video that I made. I'm like, did I talk about this last night or was I was telling somebody this on the phone last night. So when I was laying down in bed, I was like, to try to take a nap, I was thinking about that show Unlocked in my video, and all of a sudden I remembered that I usually, like, if I'm, like, looking for something, you know, like, on a video or whatever, it gets too long, I'll stop the camera, and then I'll, like, restart it and, like, just edit that part out. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, if I'm looking for something and it takes me, like, 2 minutes to look for it, I've done that before in videos, right? So I was filming that video, and I was, like, looking up this article about the controversy with that show that's come out, and I couldn't find the article, and so I almost stopped the camera because I was looking for this article, and I didn't. If you watch the video, it's towards the end. You guys, it's hilarious. And so I was, like, in my head thinking, when I edit this video and I render it, which is usually I just cut off the beginning and the end to whatever, like I'm sitting there and I'll go, hey you guys, I just cut off that beginning part where I'm just sitting there. And so I was like, I'll just edit this part out where I'm sitting there looking for it. And you can even see, like, after I find the article, I come back and I'm sitting there for a second and I go, okay, I found it. Because I was like, that will be the part that I edit out, that minute and a half before. It's literally, you guys, there's like a minute and a half. And so I went downstairs and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to edit that out. And I was like, gonna take the video down, re-edit, and put it back up, and I watched it. It's so embarrassing, you guys. It's like a minute and a half of me just like sitting there with like total silence, like looking for this article on my phone, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I found it. And I'm like, you know what? It's whatever. People get over it. It's not like it's getting that many views anyway that anybody's going to really care if I left a minute, a minute and a half of space in there while I'm looking there. I actually think it's kind of comical. It's very on brand with who I am. The camera just went to the halfway mark. So, somebody said, good morning, Peter. I usually over here read who like leaves the comments, don't I? So I read some of Kayla's comments. I read some of Brandy's comments. Who else did I read? Some other people. So I usually read the names over here. On my other channels, I don't usually read the names. Okay, Maria said Firefly Lane was a great show. Tanya and Caroline both love it. I've never watched it. I kind of feel like I want to read the book first. Caroline and Tanya both love Kristen Hanna novels, and so I think that's who it's by. Oh, somebody said, you are Boo's mommy. You are his safety and comfort when he is scared. I love that. So sweet. Okay, Brandy said, I totally agree. You can't reuse a K-Cup more than once. I tried it, and it's like the worst watered-down coffee you can imagine. I appreciate you saying that, because so many people are like, you're wasting it. You can use them 2 and 3 times. I've tried, and maybe it depends on the K-Cup, but, like, the majority of them, like, I've tried before with, they just are not good. Kayla asked, is it, so I was talking about my sponsor's house, the candle and the scent that she likes. Is it mahogany teakwood? We have that candle. I don't think it's that. I think it's like beach teakwood or beach teak, or it's beach is in the name. And it's she said it's very masculine. Yeah, because Alex likes that one. And I don't think it is that one. I said that yesterday, but I don't think it's that one. So many people are saying, Rosemary said, almost sounds like a visitation in a dream. Did you ever think about meeting with a dietitian or nutrition? You are in the late night, maybe reversing your meals. I have actually thought about that a lot more recently. Somebody said something about maybe the dream was processing grief. That could be. Okay, Chad said, Shameless is one of those shows where I got really attached to all the characters. I watched it all in real time, and as the seasons went on, I found myself waiting for the new episodes. 2 other shows where I got really attached to characters are Weeds and Will and Grace. So I watched like the first 2 seasons of Weeds when it was first showing, and I loved it. Will and Grace, I never could get into. My mom loved Will and Grace so much. Now Alex watches all the TikToks to it. But Shameless, from what I've seen of Alex watching it, I think I would love Shameless. And so I think I'm going to watch it. Amy said, love the Hosta talk. The dark mulch is going to look fabulous. I know, I can't wait. My neighbor next door, she said, oh my God, you can tell your hostas are growing already. So, all right, you guys, well, listen, I'm going to get off here and start rendering this vlog, and then I'm going to read a little bit of my books and sit out here until Alex gets home and relax. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday, and that you guys are getting relaxed and just having a good day today, or if you're watching it tomorrow, I hope you have a great Friday tomorrow. Fantastic beginning to your weekend, and if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And yeah, thanks so much for listening to me ramble on the front porch. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. That was loud. Love ya.